Joffrey, Renly, Robb Stark are all thieves. They'll bend the knee or I'll destroy them.
The fields surrounding Sevensport were awash with colour. Colmore could see every colour imaginable floating atop the sea of pavilions that swarmed the countryside, the biggest and most impressive of which had places of honour closest to the city walls. The Great White Wolf of House Greystark. Even though Lord Owen of the Grey Cliffs was a first man, he still enjoyed the revelry of the famous Andalian Roseheart, as did Lord Theon Bolton of the Dreadfort, whose flayed man blew menacingly in the subtle wind. Although they were both fine warriors, he doubted either would be crowned champion. Next he saw the burning hand of House Firehand. The young Lord Enger certainly wasn't his father, the famous Sir Edric, who had raised Colmore to be the man he was and who himself had won several tourneys throughout Andalia. Yet he was sure, being of Edric's seed, he wouldn't disgrace himself. Then there was the White Moose of Rack. He doubted Lord Joe would be entering the lists himself, but was sure his uncles would take part. Then was the space where the sword and double stars of his house would stand, routed into the dirt, sat between the pavilion of Lord Corbray and the free hearts of House Roseheart. Colmore was sure this is where his biggest competition would lay, in the towering Sir Stephen Roseheart, heir to the White Star and grandson of his namesake, the formidable tourney knight Stephen Roseheart, founder of their house, and the one the tournaments were named for, Andalia's greatest ever knight, the thing of legend, the man that every knight aspired to be. Suddenly, a world of guilt swelled over Colmore at the second sight of the Three Hearts. It had been in the last tourney before the great sickness that Colmore had faced John Roseheart, Stephen's younger brother, in the semi-final, and the young knight had died at his hand in a terrible jousting accident. There hadn't been a day that had gone by since that Colmore hadn't thought of him. He had gone on to win the tourney, yet it had been a hollow victory. "Colmore!" called a voice from over his shoulder. He tugged at the reins of his great red destrier and turned to face his father. "We will go straight to see the king. I haven't seen him since before his father's death. We will pay our respects and pledge him our eternal loyalty," stated Lord Harman in his usual authoritative tone. The Blooms had always praised themselves as the most loyal of the Sevenstar bannermen, a title the Rosehearts tried to claim for themselves. "Of course, father. It has been too long since I last set foot in the capital. I look forward to getting reacquainted with Sir Lister and Sir Owen." Colmore had always held great respect for Sir Lister Sevenstar, one of the most honourable and loyal knights in the kingdom, and had always looked up to the king's uncle Owen, who had lived in his brother Ambrose's shadow his entire life, yet had always been loyal and done his duty. Colmore was happy to hear his service had been rewarded by the new king with the title of Hand. Colmore and his father descended down to the city gates with a score of knights as escort, while his brothers and cousins went to set up the pavilion near the tourney grounds. They would be staying in the castle until after the king's coronation. They had brought a great wagon full of gifts, jewels, books, a fine set of armour, and their undying loyalty to present in front of all the lords of Andalia, and then it would be time for the Roseheart and hopefully a crowning for Colmore himself.
Hello everyone and welcome back to the Citadel with me, Grand Maester Stitch, where we're carrying on with our Knights of Andalia series. Here we have Sir Colmore Bloom, the heir of Oldcastle, and one of the most impressive characters I've ever seen in any of my series or playthroughs. An incredible knight who was obviously the POV character for the intro that you just heard. As you can see, look at his traits. He's incredible, content, brave, kind, diligent, honourable, a duelist, a strategist, shrewd, a knight, a formidable fighter, strong, quick, leads from the rear, siege leader, unyielding, and a skilled commander. I can't wait till his father dies and this guy becomes Lord because he is impressive. Then again, his father has a very good opinion of Enger, 100%, so maybe his father can stick around for a little longer, considering not many people like us. But yes, here we are as King Enger II, the uncaring of Andalia. In the last episode, we started to arrange our coronation. We had our father, King Ambrose's funeral. We managed to seduce our queen's cousin, and hopefully we'll get a bastard coming from that. So this episode will obviously have the coronation. We will have the tourney as well, the Great Roseheart, and we'll see what else we can do. Eventually, at some point, we will be pushing the Stark heirs' claim upon the north, which will hopefully gain us a very strong ally. Here he is, Donald Stark. Then we'll have the north as like a puppet kingdom, and if they don't ever back us, we will get rid of Donald Stark and put our Stark Sevenstar son on the throne once we eventually do get one. Okay, so let's check out the custom characters. Now, I've got a huge backlog of custom characters, so I do apologise if it's taken a while to get some of them in. I do apologise. I'll try and get them in as soon as I can, as soon as they fit the story. I think we've added 5 today, which is probably a little bit more than I'd like to add, but the backlog's that big that I thought I'd just try and get as many in as I could. So let's try and see which ones we can find. Here we go. We've got Danny Ironfair, who is a great steward. We've got a red badger on grey. Nice to have a badger. You don't see badger sigils very often. He's a skilled steward. He's shrewd, an administrator, just, diligent, greedy, selfish, temperate, and ambitious. So I'm sure we'll make good use of him with that good stewardship. Next up we have, let's see if I can find the next one. Here we go, Morton Truesword, who is a true knight, honourable and chaste. He's a brilliant commander. He's an organiser, a cavalry leader, trained fighter, a lisp, brawny, strategist, honourable, brave, kind, humble, chaste, shy, trusting, and diligent. Doesn't have a great opinion of us, as most people don't. Next up we have... No, that's not one. I've got the wrong guy there. Here we go. Darnold Crownless, who is a bastard of an Aaron and a Mud. He's a brilliant commander. He's an inspiring leader, a defender. He's unyielding. He's a skilled fighter, quick, bastard, scarred, duelist, a family person, humble, brave, cynical, content, just, gregarious, paranoid, patient, and temperate. Very impressive martial-wise, as you can see. And then we have Garibold Rook, who is a hill clansman, and he's a skilled commander, an aggressive leader, a trained fighter, a hunter, honourable, stubborn, honest, ambitious, and brave. A really nice white out on blue. And then finally up in the Bolton lands, we have Jojen Hammerhand with the black ram on yellow. He's a skilled commander, a battlefield terrain master, an inspiring leader, unyielding, a skilled fighter, strong, a giant, a knight, a duelist, gregarious, wrath, and brave. Obviously all these characters do have backstories and such, which we'll probably hear as we go through POVs and history and lore videos at some point. Who knows which ones will go on to become great lords and which ones will fizzle out and not do much. Obviously they can't all go on to be great lords. They have to do something to obviously make the king want to land them in the first place. And then finally on the sisters, this isn't a new character, but one of the houses did go extinct and it was a random house, so I replaced them with one of our other houses that have been around a while. We gave it to House Snowfall, the son of the famous huge knight Sir Roderick Snowfall. His son, Lord Alatus of Little Sister, we've granted it to him as his father's too old and he'll inherit the land anyway, and I'd rather keep his father around as a commander. We have given it to his son for now. Okay, let's unpause and get on with it. Okay, my lover Sarah has just informed me that she's pregnant with my child. Awesome, so hopefully we're going to have a bastard on the way pretty soon. Only a few more days remain before I am crowned High King before the gods and all my subjects. My court is filling with distinguished guests, both vessels and foreign dignitaries come to bear witness to this fundamental moment of my reign. Such a lavish ceremony is a rare spectacle to behold, even among royalty. It will never be soon enough. Okay, perfect. So we want to get that underway as quickly as possible. I've sorted out loads of betrothals for the young up-and-coming lords and ladies of the realm, as well as guardianships. Blessing upon you and your house. Your demand is just. My scheming was obviously misdirected. I hope you will find it in yourself to forgive me. Lord Theon decided to pick a fight with me during tonight's feast. For whatever reason, he has come to the conclusion that I am an ungrateful hypocrite. Lord Theon of the Stranger's Hills. Well, I hate you too. Okay, so we've become rivals with Lord Bolton. That's not the greatest thing that could have happened. Obviously his son is our heir until we get ourselves a son, so that is a little bit worrying. He's married to our sister, so that's a bit worrying. We need to keep an eye on that. That could be dangerous if he starts joining factions. We do have the Sisters Independence faction, but it's only at 8.2% at the moment, so hopefully we can sort that out. We do currently have our Spy Master and our Master of Laws there to try and quell that from getting too out of hand. Our Master of Coin Joa isn't the biggest fan of us, as you can see. Lots of people aren't the biggest fan of us, so we really need to keep these High Lords on side. We did sign non-aggression pacts with a lot of them in the last episode, thankfully. Your wisdom and mercy are leisure. I've decided to accept your suggestion that betrothal between Dora and Lord Rodwell. Lord Rodwell, our friend of Crow's Baron, and Dora Snow. Okay, perfect. get all these characters betrothed as quickly as possible. To the commanding seducer Enger, may you live in harmony and contentment. I accept your suggestion that Donald and Amira get married. Yep, that's marriages for all of our custom courtiers, obviously, because if we don't marry them straight away, they like to die, as we've learnt much to our pain over this series so far. Blessing upon you and your house, I've decided to accept the suggestion of betrothal between Domina and Lord Peter. Peter of Silverspear and Domina Redguard. Perfect. Your Grace, as a high-ranking heir of House Torbrook, I do not see it is wise to give up my family name. Okay, so we need to find a different bride now for Darnold Crownless. So let's have a look what we've got. Maybe there's someone in our own realm. Yes, Shira Firehand. She would be the perfect option, whose husband has died. Wow, she's already had a child. Okay, yep, we'll go with her for your new bride. The Firehands will be happy with that, getting a great Andal Knight as a marriage pact. This morning, a curious visitor came to my court. He is a wandering knight who travelled to Sevensport after hearing news of my upcoming coronation. He has proclaimed that he wishes to pledge his sword to my service. He is ready and eager to serve High King, as wise and renowned as I am, to his death. You are welcome. Perfect. Now, we didn't actually get anyone, but considering we didn't get anyone, we could say that that could be Sir Truesword. Peace with you, I decided to accept your suggestion of betrothal between Oliver and Mordain. Mordain Firehand and Oliver Sevenstar, our courtier of the Blue Branch. Ah, that's Lister's son. Awesome. So that forms a nice little alliance there. May you live in harmony and contentment. I've decided to accept a suggestion of betrothal between Soraya and Ryger. Soraya Snow and Ryger Brightmere. One child lacking a focus to the most excellent King Enger. Bless upon your house. There we go. A match for Truesword. Let's have a look at you then. Raymond Sevenstar, our cousin. Pretty good in intrigue, so... yeah, we'll go for an intrigue focus, and let's get you a guardian. Now, there are better people in intrigue than... Oh, hang on, I've made you a betrothal. Oops. No, a guardian. There are people better than ourselves in intrigue, but maybe we should go for ourselves just so we've got Frostfire and Roos. We're the third one there. We'll go with ourselves because we could do with starting to get some of our own wards, and our cousin is a perfect one to get. Just going to wait for that coronation to get out of the way before we do anything else. Peace with you. Your demand is just. My scheming was obviously misdirected. Yorick Hook. Well, that's good. It's good that we haven't got him scheming against us. He's very dangerous. Blessed upon you and your house. I accept your suggestion that Darnold and Shira get married. Perfect. There we go. Another marriage. To the Raffish Charmer Enger. Peace with you. I accept your suggestion that Danny and Bethany get married. Perfect. So as I said, there's loads of marriages and betrothals and guardianships I've sorted off screen. There's that much going on in the kingdom. If I were to do them all in an episode, we wouldn't get anything done at all. Okay, so Lord Blacktide, Prince Blacktide of Dawn has finally been overthrown by an actual Dornishman, thank God. Right, we'll wait for this coronation, then we can throw our tourney. Ashara Sevenstar needs a focus. Wow, she's pretty good. She's our cousin. Quick trait. She's good in everything, but she's slightly better in stewardship, so let's go for thrift with her. We could do with arranging a betrothal for her. Do we have anyone in our own court that would be a good... Our cousin and our cousin... Well, they're brother and sister. Ain't they brother and sister? Owen? Rodwell? No, who's Roman Sevenstar's parent, then? Who are you, Roman Sevenstar? If you're not... Oh, you're Lionel's father. Oh, yes, he had a son just before he died, didn't he? I forgot all about that. Yes, I forgot all about that. So we've got two young prince and princesses that do need matches. I'll have to find them matches off screen for both of them, as well as some older Sevenstars that still don't have matches. Your Grace, I've collected an ample text from you in Sevensport. The money should reach you together with this letter. Your humble Master of Coin, Lord Joa Rack. And you know what? Considering you just got us a good bit of money, let's send you a little gift just to try and get you a little bit more on side, because I don't want you joining any factions, as you're pretty powerful. Ow, and I spoke too soon. You've already joined a faction. You've joined the faction of independence for the sisters, you absolute bastard. And we can't do anything about that. Can we try and imprison you? We could try and imprison you, and we've got a 59% chance of success based on our relative. It's riskier. It's what's the faction currently at? 54%. We'll leave it for now and wait for the coronation to get out of the way. I don't really want war going on whilst our coronation is going on, so we'll wait for now. and then we'll try and imprison you again if you're still plotting against us. I kneel before Septon Mark as a host of lords surrounds us in complete silence. The Septon blesses me and places the crown upon my head, proclaiming me High King of Andalia by grace of the gods. I am truly and finally a king. 75 prestige and piety. Perfect. We've got a hell of a lot of prestige. Colmore Bloom has had Omnimus added to their treasury. True History added to their treasury. Lord Colmore of Oldcastle has inherited lordship of... Oh, okay, his father's died. What did he die of? Died a natural death at the age of 47. So that means we lose a very loyal... Well, we like just 100%, but we can offer a non-aggression pact to Sir Colmore, so that's okay. And now we can actually give him commanding status and such, which we've got to do because he is ridiculously impressive, isn't he? Let's have a look. Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? Okay, he's not on there. Is he already a commander? No. But Lord Sir Crownless is a good option. They will go for him. Have we got anyone? Oswin Steelheart is a good knight, but he's not a very good commander, is he? So we'll go with... Who else have we got? We've got any better options? We've got to wait for him, really, haven't we? Colmore Bloom is the perfect choice for a commander. How much longer until this coronation is going to happen? It's taking a hell of a long time. Blessed when you're in your house, I, Lord Colmore of Oldcastle, accept your proposal for a non-aggression pact. Perfect. They are meant to be ridiculously loyal to us, the Blooms, so we need to make sure we keep that as it is. He's got a 15% opinion of us now. Do you know what? Sorry, Sir Lister. I know that you're very loyal and such, but I think Colmore Bloom will be a much better master at arms for now. So we'll get him to train the troops, as we don't have any children for now. And it also then gets a further lord on side. Obviously, Lister doesn't have any lands, so hopefully we don't upset him too much. He's still the Paramount Knight and our regent and a load of other stuff, so I'm sure he's not going to mind too much. Can we now have Colmore Bloom as a commander? No, we can't, but we can have Lister as a commander, so let's get Lister back on there, who's probably going to be a little bit upset with us about that. We still haven't got a court jester. I never really do. I really should make a court jester. A nice moon boy or Patchface. Queen Rowena, the Scarred, is inherited Castle of Creek Castle from Sir Christopher of Creek Castle. Okay. Come on, Coronation, hurry up. Oh, we've already done the Coronation. I'm being completely stupid. My mind went blank. Your courtier Sarah's court grayscale. Oh, God. Her skin is turning a mottled black and grey and is stone-like to the touch. Well, that's not good. Right, let's organise our tourney. There we go. A grand tourney, of course, for all the realm. My God, that costs a lot of money. Right. Let's see if we can seduce any more courtiers and try and get a few more bastards. I really want to try and play that style of king with Enger, as he's definitely more that way inclined. And we've not really had any king like that. Both the first two were quite honourable. Rosamund Sevenstar. Okay, she's got a very good opinion of us. She's our cousin. Let's try and seduce Rosamund and see if we can get a bastard out of her. And another lover, another mistress. We've obviously already got one. I shall bring all my seduction skills to bear on Rosamund until I have her wrapped around my finger. She will be mine. I believe that one of your vassals can be discouraged from associating with conspiratorial factions if the proper leverage is obtained. Okay, let's ask politely and see. I don't think he's going to go for it. It would be good if he did, because we really need to stop this independence faction, as it's growing to quite a strong amount now. The best part about preparing a feast is deciding what foodstuff to serve. I must purchase venison, boar and duck, spices, wine and ale, honey for the desserts, cheeses and perhaps even a swan or a peacock. We will spend lavishly on food. Honoured High King, do not speak to me of obligations and duties. I may be your vassal, but that does not make me your slave. I am within my full right to associate with whichever faction I wish. Signed, Lord Colmore of the Sisters. And that lowers his opinion of us massively. Your Grace, since I ride in Sevensport, there has never been a shortage of soldiers reinforcing the troops stationed there. Under my guidance, they believe fame and fortune awaits them. Your humble master at arms, Lord Colmore Bloom, and he is my favourite to win the tourney that's about to happen. Either him or the heir of the White Star, Sir Stephen Rosehart, who's similar in age. I think they were both squired together by Sir Edric Firehand, if I remember correctly. I'm sure that's right. So hopefully his father dies soon as well, as he's not that impressive. Oh, he's got cancer, so he probably will die soon. So at least then we can have both of them as awesome. Then again, he's not really got any commanding traits. He's a charismatic negotiator, apparently. I don't know where he picked that up from, being awarded to Edric Firehand. No idea where he's picked that up from at all. Right, let's have a look. Can we imprison this guy, because he's getting very dangerous? 57% chance. Let's have a look. I think we've not long sent the spy there, so we could could start a plot to try and kill him. Let's do that. Let's plot to kill 160. Wow. Plot to fabricate treason. Well, he's already doing that anyway. So let's plot to kill him. Do it. Look at our plot power, which is ridiculous. Auto-invite people, of course. We need to change our spy master to building a spy network, but we can't do that until the 12th moon, so we've got a little while to go. But never mind. We can still do some pretty good damage with all that plot power, so we shouldn't have to worry about that too much. I wonder how much longer it'll be till our seduction on our cousin starts, so we can try and get some more bastards. I wonder how long until our bastard with Sarah comes along, actually. And I forgot we've now got 2 rivals, a Bolton and a Stark. Seduction in the wild. I am attending a festive outing with Rosamund. Unfortunately, half the court is also here, and I am having trouble getting any time alone with my amorous quarry. Seek an ally among her friends. Leave her a note to meet by the stream. Flirt with her discreetly. Let's go with flirt with her discreetly. Despite never getting a chance to be alone with Rosamund, I do believe my winning personality has impressed her. I need a new plan. Okay. Hopefully next time we're a bit more successful. It's time to let the tournament begin, and for the next 2 months let all show their martial brilliance. This is the time. In recognition of your glory and honour, a Septon offers to anoint you with the holy oils and grant you a knighthood. How and why? But obviously it's going to make people like us. We're going to get 40 prestige and 40 piety. Fuck you, sirs. I love that, the hound. But yeah, we'll go for that because it's going to make people like us more. We get a load of prestige and a crap ton of piety as well for literally doing nothing. And people's opinion of us grows just because of the fact that we're now a knight, even though we are the least knightly person around. We've done nothing to warrant being a knight. The first day's jousting is complete, with many lesser riders having already been eliminated from the competition. Now, over the coming days, the remaining men shall compete in the final lists, tilting until only one champion remains. Perhaps I can place a bet. I would like to place a bet, but I don't know if we actually can because we've got no money at all. So, fine jousters, all of them. My money's on Colmore Bloom, as I said. I'm pretty sure he's going to win this. I miss Stefan Rosehire, who used to storm through every single tourney. Lord Cosgrove spoke up and told everyone how great the food at my feast was. I was really glad someone was kind enough to say something nice about the food, given how hard I had worked to ensure that the food was the best part of the feast. Cosgrove of the Crossfort. Nice. Cosgrove of the Crossfort. He's one of the Josso branch. Perfect. Mummers are singing outside the town houses while slowly moving towards my castle. The summer fair suddenly felt less pleasant as the mummers, clad in strange clothes, went from door to door singing and frightening small children. I think they will get in. They are wrong. We get a chance of a revolt. Because we have arbitrary. Lord Cosgrove's opinion of us goes up. Well, we've already made him happy once, so let's do that. We can make him happy. If we welcome him in as well, it's going to make Joa of the Hornwood haters more, and we don't want to do that. Jane Snow has used her attendance at the feast in Sevensport to present a petition for justice before the court. She claims that Lord Joa Rack had her kinsman Lord Rawny Josso murdered and demands that he is brought to justice for his outrageous crime. Okay, Lord Joa, let's have a look. Did you? You've got a kill. Lord Rawny of Warriors. Yeah, so you did have him murdered. You had him beheaded. Imprisoning you, I don't really want to do that, but we'll just make you... we'll order you to pay, but that's going to make you hate us. And if we say not guilty, who is this woman? Is she important? Jane Snow, Sir Alaric Sunderland's wife. Oh, God. Either way, we're going to upset. So why are they joining factions together if they hate each other? We'll order him to pay. My lack of mercy or pity towards my enemies has long instilled fear in people, but I've come to think that this ruthlessness is not a strength but a weakness. Yes, I will be more compassionate from now on. Loses the trait ruthless. Okay, interesting. Lord Manfred Josso has used his attendance at the feast in Sevensport to present a petition for justice before the court. He claims that Lord Joa Rack... okay, and we know that's true, so we're going to have to get him to pay, and he's going to hate us. Barry and Swanson has used his attendance at the feast in Sevensport to present a petition for justice before the court. He claims that Lord Grennan Maiden sullied his honour by having illicit relations with his wife. Now, I know this is true. He did have a bastard with his wife, so we're going to have to get him to pay recompense. This is annoying because we have a feast to make people like us, and now we've gone away with making a powerful lord, well, two high lords, hate us. Yeah, there we go. Back down to -5. Brilliant. You committed much gold to this extravagant feast. In particular, the guests were impressed with a large centerpiece on the dais table. I should know this off by heart by now. We've had that many of this pie in this series. It represented a green lawn surrounded with large peacocks, feathers, and green branches, to which we tied violets and other sweet-smelling flowers. In the middle of this, a fortress was placed covered in silver. The fortress was hollow and formed a sort of cage in which several live birds were shut up, their tufts and feet being gilt. On its tower, which was gilt in the banners of House Sevenstar, were placed. Prestige 30. Okay, gain a lot of prestige, which is pretty good. As the feast begins, Lord Colmore Bloom presented a petition before the court. He says that crime and banditry in Oldcastle is an increasing threat and that the local sheriffs cannot contain the problem. He petitions that you send men and coin to eradicate the menace. Well, there, but that's going to be sending you, aren't we? Fine, I will send Lord Colmore to deal with the problem. You go deal with your own problem. Sir Garrett Josso has used the tenants of the feast in Sevensmart to present a petition for justice. Oh, for God's sake. Joa Rack again. Sorry, Joa. Lord Colmore organised a group of men to tackle the bandits and rogues in Oldcastle. He successfully captured or killed many prominent criminals and publicly hanged them as an example to the others. The problem has now been stamped out and Lord Colmore is satisfied. Gain 25 prestige. Awesome, and he gains 50, so winner for both of us. A minor noble by the name of Sir Clay Flynn requests remedy as he recently received land near Sevensport by writ of the High King, but when he came to occupy the land there were already armed men present who assaulted him, carried off his goods and ousted him from his lands. I will send some men to restore order and peace. Lose 10 gold, gain 50 prestige. I can only but grant refuge for now. Let's have a look at you. Sir Clay Flynn. No idea who you are, but we'll send men, yeah. Lose 10 gold and gain 50 prestige. We'll soon get the gold back. I managed to chance upon Rosamond alone in the kitchen when she came down for her usual late night snack. We've talked and laughed for hours, and I can tell the attraction is growing. Hoping I've read her correctly, I lean in to whisper in her ear. Well, let's have a look at her. Confess my love. Hope that she's a naive romantic. Make a lewd suggestion. Quote, love. Brush my lips against her ear and breathe out softly. Yes, use an unfailing trick of seduction. Yes, let's go for that then. I sure know how to cajole women. Rosamond and I spent the night making sweet, illicit love in her bed. I snuck off in the wee hours, leaving the court clueless. I hope. Let our love grow. Yes, we'll keep her as a mistress so that we can get as many bastards as possible. There we go. We've now got 2 lovers, a Sevenstar and a Stark, and then our Stark wife, who is yet to give us a child, but she's got a very good opinion of us, so we can try and seduce her, but we'll try and seduce someone else first. She's our wife. We'll save her till after. I'm pretty sure that Cregan Stark, our rival's wife, is in our court. It would be so good to try and seduce her just to really piss off our rival. Where is she? Here she is. Andalia Sevenstar of the Blue Star branch. Oh, she's our courtier. She's not our cousin. She's more distant. So let's try and seduce her. Do it. The tourney being held in Sevensport is bringing in many visitors to the area. The surrounding roads, inns and villages are reportedly very busy, and Sevensport itself is full of merchants and small folk selling their wares. Prosperity of your capital county increases. Good, because we're desperate for it. I shall bring all my seduction skills to bear on Andalia until I have her wrapped around my little finger. Let's hope so. Still massively in debt. Sir Stephen Rosehart and Sir Davos Redguard were the next to joust in the list. After many tilts and broken lances, Sir Davos was eventually unhorsed by Sir Stephen. My second favourite to be crowned winner, after this guy of course, Lord Colmore, who faces Sir Lister Sevenstar. That's a really good first joust. After many tilts and broken lances, Sir Lister was eventually unhorsed, leaving Lord Colmore to be declared the winner, of course. He's already got 2 tourney wins to his name. After many tilts over several days, only 2 knights remained undefeated. Sir Stephen Rosehart and Lord Colmore Bloom faced each other in the final joust, and after many tilts of finely executed jousting, Lord Colmore was unhorsed, leaving Sir Stephen Rosehart to be declared the winner of the tourney. Awesome. Well, the tourney is named after his grandfather, or is his great-grandfather? I think it was his grandfather. Awesome. Well played, Sir Stephen Rosehart, a worthy champion. Tourney, as victor of my tourney, Sir Stephen Rosehart had the honour of choosing the Queen of Love and Beauty, so he decided to crown Enger Sevenstar as his queen, heir to the lordship of Crane Rock. Who are you? Ah, it's his wife, okay. She's of the Blue branch. Awesome, a good choice. At least he's not caused any trouble, like Rhaegar. Right, I wonder when our bastard will be born. Our lover must be close to giving birth. She's still pregnant. Betrothed can marry. Who's this? Adron Bloom, Lord Colmore's young son, his heir, and Princess Jonquil, our sister. Yep, a perfect match. We'll definitely marry those 2. That's a perfect match there. A lot of these I can't remember making. A lot of them were probably made by Ambrose himself. The tournament is over and now it's time to bask in the glory. A glorious event, gain 68 prestige. That's such a random number. And all participants and spectators of the tourney get +5 opinion of High King Enger. Perfect. People hate us. We've got so much prestige. It's a shame we can't turn that into making people like us. Wow, we've got a lot. We've got so many backers. Plus 172%. That is absolutely insane. Wow. So hopefully we'll be able to kill him pretty quick, I'm guessing. There's no way that he should be able to survive so much plot power. He's viewed as a tyrant as well by his lords, which is good. So hopefully they're not really into this independence. Joe is still on side though, the bastard. I'm really disappointed by that. The Joers and... not the Joers. The Rex and the Sevenstars have always got on so well. Distinguished High King Enger II, I wish to formally invite you to my court for a period of festivities leading up to my coronation, King Clement of the Rivers and Hills. Do you know what? Yeah, I'll attend, gain some prestige, and we might be able to make a friendship. Now that the Muds are of the Seven, of course. Oh, he has a sister as well, who is married. She does have a Mud daughter. Oh, he has another sister as well, Princess of the Rivers and Hills, who Leon Greenswood. Maybe we could seduce a Mud and get a 7-star Mud bastard. Who knows? Try and make the 8. My liege peace with you. I've been appointed your regent, Samuel Rat. Yep, okay, that's fine, as we are going off to the Riverlands to witness the Mud coronation. Try and make some friends. Storm King Beric the Rich has declared Stormlander Appleton Keep vassalization war. Okay, my current occupation simply leaves me with no time to chase Andalia or anyone else for that matter. I should give up for now. There is no rush. There's no rush. We can maybe seduce someone while we're in the Mud Court. We've really got to be careful of that faction, though. I'm getting very scared of it. It's at 50%. May you live in harmony and contentment. I accept your suggestion that Princess Jonquil and Adron get married. Hopefully we should be able to kill him, though, before it turns into anything. If not, we can always try and imprison him, which is going to be a bit more risky. Aha, a marriage between Manessa Rack and Rodwell Sevenstar, our cousin. Yes, send. It's a shame that we can't get a non-aggression pact with the Racks because of that. We obviously already have one with the Firehand, the Greystarks and the Boltons, even though the Bolton now hates us, but he is still married to our sister. About the Corbreys, can we offer a new non-aggression pact? No, still can't offer you a non-aggression pact. Peace be with you, I accept your suggestion that Rodwell and Manessa get married. Let's see if we can now offer you a non-aggression pact. No. Okay. Can we do anything? Can we try and seduce one of his siblings? Let's have a look. No, I don't think we can because we're currently seducing the 7-star girl in Sevensport. Robin Brightmire has called in a favourite on Jonas Hooton. Have the Greystarks had another child yet? No. Oh, she is pregnant. She's pregnant. Maybe the 4th time lucky they might be able to have a child. Oh, so is Lady Crescent. She's pregnant. About the Boltons. How's my sister getting on? No, she's not pregnant at the moment. Oh, Princess Alice has got fat. My lover Rosamund has just informed me that she is pregnant with my child. Perfect. There's a second bastard on the way. What wonderful news. Still waiting for our first bastard to be born. Be awesome to have a load of bastard sons that we can grant land to and such around the kingdom. Our gold is slowly increasing as well, which is good. My god, that plot power, 172. My co-conspirator, Lord Enger, has hired someone to saw through the supports of the railing on a balcony Lord Colmore is known to frequent. Someone may soon take a bit of a tumble. Look out below. Approve the... I love how Lord Enger the Evil is getting involved. Just showing why he is called the Evil. Look out below. Approve the plan. Hopefully he will now die. Can we do anything with our prestige? Not really. Not much at all, really. I still love how we can look into Dragon Dreams because of Samwile Rack and Leopold Snow being our best friends. That could be very useful. With how many people are going to hate us, at least we can find out plots of people trying to kill us if there is any. Is there any plots against us, actually? Oh, yes, Brynden Rosberg, kill High King Enger the Uncaring. And he's being backed by Cregan Stark and Oswin Steelheart. How dare you? You're meant to be one of our knights. There's no others against us, though, so Lord Brynden, I'm going to imprison you. 74% chance. Oh, we can't do it. Going against the will of the council will be viewed as... Okay, so we can't do it whilst we have a regent. Don't worry, though. I won't forget what you're trying to do. Great. I think he's our great-uncle or our great-great-uncle, something like that. We will imprison him. We've just gave him lands as well, and he has the nerve to try and kill us. At a meeting of your Regency Council, Lord Brennan Maiden's position on the council was put under question. Your Maester Nala called a vote to have him removed. A vote which passed. Lord Brennan has been fired as a result. This is the only problem with having a flipping regent, sir. Lord Grennan is no longer Master of Lords. He will be again soon. King Clement kneels before Septon Argrave as his host of lords surround them in complete silence. The Septon blesses him and places the crown upon his head, proclaiming him the king of the rivers and hills by grace of the gods. Long live the king. So do we gain... Yeah, we gain prestige and piety for attending. Awesome. Right, wait for our regency to end. When we come home, and then we can... There we go. With the ceremony finally concluded, King Clement bid me farewell and dismissed me from his court alongside all his other guests. It's good to be back in Sevenstar. Awesome. Medgar Roseheart has had Wolfsbane removed from their treasury. Has he finally died? Yes, died of cancer. So now we have another awesome lord in control. The regency for High King Enger II of Andalia has ended. Awesome. Right, so awesome. We've now got a great person there. We can try and do something with him. Award honorary title. We'll give him the Master of the Hunt. Try and get him on side. Can we do anything else with him? I don't think we really can. Oh, we need our Master of Laws. Let's have a look. Is there anyone better than Grennan Maiden? I don't think there is. I'm pretty sure he is the best Master of Law. Oh, we can't have him because he's been removed. Oh, Renna, our mother. Yes, our Queen Mother, of course. Let's improve diplomatic relations with the Hornwood. And if I remember rightly, I think that Joe Rack's actually friends with her. Yes, he's friends with her and Donald Crownless. Wow, he's made friends with Donald Crownless already. But at least it's good that he is friends of our mother. Hopefully she can try and sway him round for us. And let's continue to forward. Seduction in the Wild. I'm attending a festive outing with Andara. Unfortunately, half of the court is also here. Wow, she likes us 100%, so that's good. Seek an ally among her friends. Leave her a note to meet by the stream. We'll flirt.
The feast to honour King Enger II's coronation had finally started to lull. Lords and ladies lounged around the great hall, picking at food and sharing stories and bawdy jokes. Owen Greystark was at this point lounging outside the hall on a balcony overlooking Sevenstar. The city had changed. No longer was it the shining city he grew up in as his father-in-law's ward. In its place stood a frigid place foreign to him, much colder in temperament than the harshest winter in the grey cliffs. Some would attribute this to the great sickness. It had taken a heavy toll on the city, along with the rest of the realm. Owen's green dreams, however, seemed to think otherwise. One of the few things he inherited from his father, the blessing of the green sight, was a precious gift indeed. The night before he made his way south, he dreamt of a bleeding star high in the sky above the north. Under its light, scores of birds fell to the ground dead, and wolves howled in anguish. Owen had awoken from that dream shaken, and upon telling Violet, she had resolved to stay behind to look after their little Galbert. Thankfully, the king had not taken this as a slight against him. Through correspondence, the royal family had known of his family's misfortune. Now that he was here in the capital, Owen began to see the implications of his dreams. While Enger seemed happy to receive him, something was off about the young king. There was a darkness that followed him everywhere he went. Owen wasn't sure if this was a result of his father's death or something else entirely. He knew one thing for certain, however: Enger II was playing a dangerous game.
Okay, for some reason it stopped recording the audio a while ago, and I'm not too sure why, so I don't know what we've just missed when things are popping up. So, yeah, I don't think much happened. We've carried on trying to seduce. We're in a tourney against Lister Sevenstar. Your opponent got the better of you when you met in the centres. Oh dear. So it looks like we're finally going to be unhorsed. I don't know why my audio stopped recording. The rest of the game carried on recording, but... So Lister lance strikes you square in the middle of your breastplate, exploding into many pieces. It hits the force knocks the wind out of you and sends you flying from your horse. Ouch. But at least we knew that we weren't going to do very well in this tourney, but at least we entered, we tried. We managed to get to the finals. I'm not sure what I've missed through that recording, what we did miss. Lord Joa smiles at you. My liege, I've noticed your mind seems to drift off whenever we discuss monetary issues. I believe that to make things interesting, one must be introduced to the subject, where it is directly relevant to oneself. Perhaps you would like to join me tomorrow on a full day's work. Yeah, that would be interesting. Let's try and get friends with you. Lord Joa starts the day off collecting taxes. Some people frown and complain when they give away their earnings. Lord Joa calmly explains why taxes are collected and manages to appease the complaints. Earning trust is earning gold. Gain 50 prestige or gain 14. Maybe we could squeeze them for some more. No, we'll go for the prestige. Today, Lord Joa brings you to the nearest construction site to evaluate progress. Lord Joa notices that the builders are lagging behind the agreed schedule and proceeds to question them. The builders complain about the weather and want more pay to cover the delays. Lord Joa looks over your way, awaiting a response. We'll hold our end of the deal when you hold yours. I guess one cannot predict the weather. Clear the site, you will never work again. We'll go with the top one. A friend has come to visit Lord Joa this evening. The three of you have a good time discussing your experiences over a fine evening meal. The visitor nods at you, saying how lucky you are, Joa, to have a liege that understands your work. This cooperation should benefit the both of you. It's been interesting, more so than many other things I've tried. We could lose straight arbitrary, I don't want to do that. It wasn't for me, it feels like stealing. I hated it. We should just kill the peasants and take their money. We'll go for the top one because we gain 2 stewardship and we want to try and keep friends with Lord Joa. I managed to chance upon Andalia alone in the kitchen when she came down for her usual late snack. We've talked and laughed for hours and I can tell the attraction is growing. Hoping I've read her correctly, I lean in to whisper in her ear. We'll go for the bottom one because that seems to work. I sure know how to cajole women. Andalia and I spent the night making sweet, illicit love in her bed. I snuck off in the wee hours, leaving the court clueless, I hope. Let our love grow. Yes, we'll go for a third lover. And thanks to that, we'll now end the episode with that. We have 3 lovers now, as well as our wife, 2 Sevenstars, a blue and a red, and a Stark, and then our Stark wife. We managed to get crowned. We've had 2 tourneys. We've had a lot happen. We're still trying to kill Lord Sunderland. Hopefully we'll be able to get that done and get ourselves out of debt for the beginning of the next episode so that we can finally press the Stark's claim up on the north so that we can start thinking about going south and expanding our land ourselves. Thank you all so much for watching. As always, I really do hope that you've enjoyed. Please don't forget to like, comment down below and subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you all real soon for the next episode.